There we go. We are going live.
Going live.
We are live. Pops.
We are live from Las Vegas, fully vaccinated, with a right arm that is now killing me.
You know what else is killing the consumer's pocket? Yeah.
That was one of the worst segues ever.
They can't all be. They can't all be good.
No,
so we're going live.
Wasn't.
We're doing an emergency live stream.
Emergency, yeah.
Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We had a headline that you showed me last night. You got an alert from Automotive News.
Yes.
Honda stopping some aspects of their North American production. And then today we got also from Toyota.
Yeah.
Because of the petrochemical issues from the
Yes.
recent winter storms. They're
Yes.
cutting back some production
Yes.
in North America as well.
And Mexico.
And Mexico, yes.
Yes.
Nicely
and
done, Father.
yes. And Honda has now said, and Mexico as well.
Not sure if that's like PC or not, the way that you're pronouncing that, but we'll just pretend like you're doing it as it's good. It's fine. It's PC.
That's how they say Mexico in Mexico.
Keep it going, Dad. That's it. Just irk me more. Come on, do it again. Do it again.
Nah.
All right, cool. Let's see. Let's just test it. Okay, so
Mexico.
You shouldn't have done that.
Goodness gracious! You know, lots of vehicles are made in Mexico.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Want to hit on what Honda and Toyota came out with? We have the headline here from Automotive News.
Yes.
Supply issues.
Supply chain issues. They will be idling all the plants in Canada and the United States for Honda, and most of the plants in Mexico as well.
So we've talked about for weeks now, and you can
Yes.
see it here. Here, I'll zoom in, just so everyone at home can read along as well.
Yes. You know what's nice about this? They haven't had to pay the $169 a year that we pay, so that we can. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna pause the live stream just for 1 second. The Mexico stuff, and now like that. Can you please just be on good behavior?
I thought I was. I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe that this latest dose of Pfizer is impacting my brain.
Okay.
Happy St. Valentine's Day to you, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna take some deep breaths.
What?
All right. Do you want to speak to this anymore, or do you want me to jump over to the Black Book data?
Well, it's the petrochemical issue that we knew that was going to rear its ugly head after the ice and snow and cold weather in Texas shut everything down, and it's the continuation of the chip shortage that doesn't seem to be getting any better anytime soon. So it's just part and parcel of what life in the automotive space is going to look like throughout, say, 2021.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then when we look on the used car side, so we can pull up the latest data from Black Book. Have you even seen this yet? Did I share this with you?
No.
Take a peek.
Holy cannolis. Look at that. Oh, I hit the mic. I apologize for that. But my God, that's a jump of over a point this week.
Yeah.
And for the car segment, it was over a point last week as well.
So interestingly, so you can see car week over week went up
Yeah.
only 1/100th of a point. So interesting that the actual
No. It went up 1.12%.
So last week was 1.11%, and this week was 1.12%.
Yeah, it went up another 1.1%.
1/100th of a point. If you're playing along at home, folks, what is 1.11 plus 0.001?
It's not 0.01. It's a separate.
It's 0.001.
It's not 0.001. It went up over a point
Dad,
this week.
I know, but week over week. Last week went up 3 ones. This week went up 2 ones in it. You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't get it. What are you trying to say?
Someone in the live chat, make it clear what I'm trying to say.
What are you
please.
trying to say? It went up over a point again this week.
Yes.
Yes.
Which was only, let's try it one more time, 1/100th of a point more than what it went up last week.
Oh.
There we go. There we go. See, Ernesto says it's 1/100. There you go, Pops.
Thanks, Ernesto. You
Thanks,
know what the
Ernesto.
good news is, Ernesto? Next week, you could have this chair.
You can have my chair too, Ernesto.
Oh,
No,
my
but I guess the
God.
point I'm trying to make, Pops, is
Yes.
the actual difference week over week was more significant in the truck and SUV market, which is interesting to me because when we were watching these prices decline right here,
Yeah.
the biggest declines were amongst the trucks and the SUVs. Like that's where we saw more volatility. And so recently it's been more volatility amongst the cars, but we're seeing the truck and SUV segment pick up as well.
Yeah.
But the market overall is just facing a considerable amount of upward pressure in terms of price.
Well, you're looking at, in the car segment, it's gone up almost 2.5 points, 2.25 points
Yep.
in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That, you start extrapolating that out, and
It's starting to look like what happened back over here, right? This is when we
Yes.
started to see, right? I
Yes.
mean, that's a pretty significant slope.
I
Getting
would
all
say,
mathy.
yeah.
Getting all mathy in here.
Yeah.
So let's actually scroll down. Let's see what they had to say, and let's break it out by the different segments. I always find
If
this
you
interesting.
would be so kind.
Subcompact cars, 1.3%. Compact cars, 1.11%. Mid-size, full-size.
Oh my God! Full-size cars went up 1.5%, over 1.5%
In a week.
In 1 week, $202 on average in a week.
That's craziness.
Well, that's like $800 in a month.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I would say so.
Let's see here. So the car segment had a second week in a row of gains exceeding 1%.
I think I
Mainstream segments all reported gains exceeding 1%.
Wow.
Yep. Full size being the largest. The near luxury segment was slow to experience increases in prices, but the rate of increases has been gaining each week, with the past week's rate going 1.18%.
Wow.
Sporty cars broke the 1% level again this week, but the rate of increase did slow down compared to the 1.78 from last week
Okay.
and 1.89. Interesting.
Well, buying and prepping for the spring selling season started about 7 weeks earlier this year than it did last year.
Yeah.
And it is reflected severely in the wholesale values as we see them. I hate to use the term skyrocket,
No, but I think it's an appropriate
but
phrase.
it seems to be that they're skyrocketing. If we're averaging over a point a week.
So let's look at the truck segment. Wow. Wowza.
Wow.
Subcompact crossovers.
Yeah,
Almost 1.6 points.
1.5% for compact crossovers. Oh my God.
Small pickup trucks up 1.5% as well,
Yeah.
all the way over here.
Yeah.
All right, let's read their notes really quick. Larger gains this past week, yep.
Yeah.
8 out of the 13 truck segments were up a point or more.
Wow.
Subcompact crossovers. All right, and then let's see here. Driven by an extreme shortage of rental returns and limited inventory of new vehicles, the price trends of newer used vehicles have started to diverge from older units. This is really interesting.
Yeah.
The table below shows the average weekly price changes for 0 to 2-year-old vehicles. This is something new that Black Book.
Yes, this is new, and it's on average the market is up over 1.25 points for 0 to 2-year-old pre-owned cars,
Wow.
week over week. That's all I can tell you, folks, is hold on to your wallet.
If you're buying.
Just hold on to your wallet, even if you're not buying it, because apparently, everybody's going to be reaching into your wallet to take a little something out of it.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. So retail used the new insights. Jeep on, the Wagoneer. MSRP over 100,000.
They have a Jeep with an MSRP over 100,000.
Time to be
and,
alive,
and
man.
I was thinking maybe it was a used Willys from World War II. I could see somebody paying a lot of money for that.
Yep, with the proliferation of no hackle pricing,
Yes.
used vehicle retailing, asking prices. Yeah, so we've talked about that. I've done so many consult calls recently.
Yes.
Where really what you're negotiating, and actually this is a great opportunity for us to share the. I see Sean's asking for Black Book price on his VIN. We'll be running some of those in a bit here, and also be taking phone calls as well. But we did a series. It'll be coming out on YouTube soon. We've actually got it back on the website right now, so I'll share that on the screen, and I'll put the link in the chat. I think it's actually going to be right down here. Yeah, how to buy a car in 2021. Let me put this in the chat. My dad and I filmed this to talk about how to negotiate in 2021. We wrote it, and there's videos in here. We haven't done the thumbnails yet. That's why we haven't put it live on YouTube. So all the videos are unlisted on YouTube, but we'll set them to live soon enough. Take a peek at that, because there are some very unique aspects to buying a car here in 2021 versus prior years. Resetting of expectations.
Yes.
And the thing that I was going to come around to is these console calls for used vehicles. The selling price is the selling price. It's then the $1,000 in crap or the dock fee. That's like the only negotiation.
That's the stuff you get to argue with them about.
That's what I've seen. I mean, like, the only luck people have had is in doing that.
Yes.
Although,
yes,
we do have a success story from a woman named Melissa, and I got her approval that we could share it. So I'll pull that up in a little bit. You haven't read this one yet. Melissa's a premium member, been on all the members-only live streams.
Yes.
Usually is on our live streams as well. I'll have to share that with you as we get going here.
That would be nice.
Pretty compelling stuff.
Yeah.
Talks about the trade-in piece. Well, actually, here, let me pull that up.
Apparently, we're going to share that now, folks.
Give me a second.
Yes, we'll give you all the time you need, because that's the kind of people we are.
Thank you, Pops.
You're welcome.
All right. Let me see. All right, I'm going to have to blow this up.
Oh, my God.
It's a little lengthy.
A little lengthy.
Okay.
You know, can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, as you know, as our audience knows, as our members know, you know, I've spent over 43 years in retail automobile.
I've heard
business.
that somewhere, yeah.
That's because I just keep telling you, whether it's true or not, I keep telling you. So if I say it often enough, it's got to be true.
Exactly.
But one of the things I learned in all those years is people don't normally take the time to write to any type of businesses when they've done something well.
Yeah.
You know, normally, if somebody's sending an email or something, it's because the business has pissed them off so badly that it's inspired them to sit down and spend an hour or 2 hours of their time chronicling everything that went wrong.
Yep.
And then what I've discovered in just the past 3 or 4 months is the number of people that we have inspired to write to us, not because of the things that went wrong, but because of the things that have gone right.
No, it's pretty awesome. It's really awesome.
It's beyond awesome. It's pretty amazing, because typically, from what I've learned, is people, if it's good, they ain't writing.
Yeah. So let me read you Melissa's, but then also let me call out. See questions in the chat. We're going to do a full normal session of chat questions. We'll open up the phone lines. We will come back to the key pieces of this as well, which is the Honda production, the Toyota production, the Black Book. But for now, for a moment, let me read this to you, Pops. Okay. Although my vehicle search started back in 2020, I didn't come across until January of this year.
By the way, we are the fastest growing Swedish car advocacy company in the world today.
Can't even begin to tell you how instrumental you, Pops, Kim, and Yanni, the behind-the-scenes YA team and community members have been. Initial benefit being a member was learning how to treat my trade-in and new purchases as 2 separate transactions. It may be simple knowledge in the auto world, but as savvy as I can be with the research and preparation, I never truly looked at the big picture during previous purchases, nor understood the benefits when armed with this knowledge. Second benefit was as a result of discovering Your Auto Advocate was figuring out how to obtain and understand information on trade-in values to help determine the average wholesale range I could expect with the vehicle sale. This strategy led to my success at negotiating higher offers, $2,000, from several different dealerships during appraisals. That's going to get a momentary Reshevska stamp of approval.
And a clap.
If this wasn't enough for me to smile, timing hit perfect with last week's members-only live stream when you and Pops evaluated my highest lowest offers received using the trade-in analyzer to value my trade. That's the new, we have it back in the app, the Black Book Value My Trade.
Okay, very cool.
Furthermore, Pops gave me a tad bit of otherwise unknown information regarding pre-trade negotiation strategies to utilize with my lowball factory order dealer to benefit on future tax savings upon vehicle delivery. Not only that, I then got the exact number from Larry R. Larry R's stamp of approval, even though we just have my dad's. But seriously, Larry R., kudos to you. I remember that live stream, and Larry R. was helping out a ton. was awesome.
Yeah.
Larry's a community member. On where factory dealer needs to be with the trade offer to equal accepting less on the trade with the tax savings,
Yes.
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She goes on and on and on. And I just want to call out at the very bottom here.
Yes.
On a side note, I attached a pic of my Saturday trip to the dealership. Before sitting down with the manager, I took a few farewell pics. Noticed afterwards I evidently had Zach and Pops on screen during the photo shoot. Look at that.
Oh, man.
You know, so we've got, whoops.
Yep.
Sorry, guys, I always struggle with this. We've got the trade-in up here. I mean, it's just... Anyway, want to give Melissa a huge raised stamp of approval, and also just from all of us. You did a great job.
Yes.
And in this environment,
Yes.
navigating and negotiating, especially on the trade-in, is part and parcel,
That's
like the best you
key.
can do.
That's key.
And you did a great
to
job.
being successful, and you were extremely successful, and you've applied the knowledge and the information that we've shared, and that's all we can do is we can share it. It's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. We can share the information, but that doesn't mean we can force you to use it. We can only hope that you do,
Yep.
and that you use it to your benefit.
Yep. Okay, and I see a couple questions coming through. Let's go back to just the topic at hand here. Just a
Okay.
comment. It shows here the chip shortage, which has hit most of the global automakers, right? So
Yes.
when we think about what we're seeing with the headlines pertaining to Honda and Toyota, it's affecting
everybody.
everyone. I can
Yeah.
scroll down on the page. Volvo March output in U.S. China hit by chip shortage.
Yeah.
We can come over here to the latest numbers on the microchip shortage, and every single time we look at it, everything keeps getting revised up and up.
Yes.
And up. I actually heard from the consult call I took with Jeff right before we hopped on, Pops.
Yes.
He told me that the Ford dealers he was contacting to do a factory order
Yeah.
wouldn't even let him order a 2021 anymore. Their 2022s aren't even out yet, but they said that, or they're just coming like to market. Are they even coming to market?
No.
I don't know.
No,
Jeff
the
told me
2021s are just barely coming out.
exactly.
Ford.
And Jeff told me that you can't even place orders in his local dealers in Detroit for 2021s, and they were telling him you'd have to wait for a 2022. I think that has something to do with the chip shortage
Wow.
as well.
Yeah, it's like with the chip shortage, you can buy whatever gets built. You can't necessarily buy what it is that you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's really a surreal time
Yes.
in the industry. Okay.
Okay.
Take a deep breath on mine. I saw a couple VINs come through earlier, so maybe we should run them through the black book just to see
I
what the
think we
numbers.
should.
Okay, why don't we do
Yeah.
that? So I'll scroll back up.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, you help me if I'm wrong,
I'm all
but
ears.
I'm pretty sure you pay Black Book a pretty penny.
Every time we make an API call, that means every time we get the data.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you pay them a pretty penny. So at the very least, let's spend the money wisely.
I thought I saw someone put one. B. Wilson said, "You saved me thousands on a $10,000 Mazda CX-5 purchase. Thank you so much, Bill."
Well, it's our pleasure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
There's one.
So
from
Sean sent one in. So Sean, I have the VIN here. So make sure if you guys send in VINs, please
Yeah.
also send in an odometer and a state. That
Yes.
is, and here we go. That big Greek guy actually just
Yeah.
sent one in. So we're going to run with that. Can you see the, so that's in New York, and it's got 11,418 miles.
Where do
right,
you
Pops?
see that?
Right there. 12K miles.
Oh, okay.
You got good eyes, Pops.
No. I wasn't looking above the VIN.
Gotcha.
I didn't know to look above the VIN.
So this just came out. When did it come out? Monday? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
And he's in New York.
Yeah.
So the Black Book values
Came out last year.
Yeah, came out last year.
Yeah.
Our recommendation is Black Book, Carvana Vroom, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's actually do a case study here. Let's actually play around with this. So Black Book has the
trade in anywhere from 19.4 to 23.9.
and then 23.7 to 27 and then
Yeah.
24. So do you want to run this in Carvana?
Sure, why not? Let's see what
let's
how
see what
much
happens.
Carvana will step up for.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me.
And then we got Sean's information.
Nice. I should probably keep that tab open.
We should keep something open. I don't know.
All right. Let's see what Carvana would offer for this. We said 12,000 miles.
Yeah.
What was the? This is an SXT Plus. Okay, we're gonna sell it. We got 12,000 miles. What's a New York zip code?
Well, I don't know. He gave it to you.
No, he gave me the mileage.
He gave you a zip
You think
code
that was the zip code too?
I don't know.
Well, we can just use. Well, no,
Whatever.
let's
Just use
no,
it.
no. I'm cool with that, pops. Yeah, 1-1. I'm sure that's a New York zip
Yeah,
code.
that's the zip. It says zip 11418.
Glad you're on top of this.
Oh, I'm not really. I'm just sitting nearby.
All right, let's see. No accidents, nothing stopping you from driving it, no modifications.
Well, the
Yeah,
fact that my
there's no
license has been suspended is the only thing that's keeping me from driving it.
Your license hasn't been
I know.
suspended. All right, let's see what Carvana offers for this, and let's see how that compares. I love doing this on the fly. Let's see how that
Yes,
compares.
because
to the
we
Black
have
Book.
no idea before. Look at that.
Wowza.
24,121.
I'd say they might be using the Black Book numbers. That's like a
Look
little
at
bit.
that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, buddy.
And so, you know what this kind of corroborates?
Please share.
Back on the market update from
Yeah.
Black Book,
Yeah.
the newer used vehicles.
Yeah.
And you know what that also kind of suggests to me?
I won't know to share.
A lot of folks have been talking about how the newer used vehicles are pretty much the same exact price as the same new ones.
Yeah, that's why you're better off at this point just buying a new one,
Yeah, exactly.
if you can.
All right, let's run another one. Okay, let's run
well,
Sean's.
let's find Sean. No, that's Sean.
State, Washington, 6,000 miles. Okay, let's run
Okay,
Sean's.
we got it. We got it now, Sean.
Thank you, Sean. All right, let's go back to the trade-in. I want to change vehicle. And we said 6,000 miles.
Yes, the state of Washington.
Generate valuation report. So this is 2019, so I bet you this one's going to be nice and healthy too.
Yeah.
All right, so we got anywhere from 17 to 21. Let's run this through Carvana real quick.
Look at this, Sean. You're
You're getting the full service
yeah,
treatment.
the full Monty from us.
24,000. Wow, that seems...
Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
Oh my God.
I find this so interesting.
Me too. Which is why I show up for these things. Otherwise, I don't think I would.
Washington State zip code.
Yeah.
Let me just do like Seattle.
Okay, Seattle.
All right,
Pick
we've
one.
got... There we go. I wish there was a way... Seattle, Washington's out of market? What? How's Carvana not in Seattle? All right, let's just do Sacramento.
Maybe Ernie hasn't gotten enough. Sacramento's in California.
I know, but that was their nearest, Carvana's nearest market.
Okay.
Let's just see. I want to get a value here. I want to compare it.
Okie dokie.
Next. So, and by the way, as we're doing this,
Yeah.
these are the exact steps that you should do
Yes.
with your VIN,
Yes.
and then go to a dealership and ask them to beat it. Right?
Yeah. Match it or beat it. You
Pretty-
could ask them to beat it.
We're gonna use.
But you should be happy if they match it.
Because and especially if you're doing a
Because
trade
it's going
in.
to save you.
If you're doing
in
the
most
sales
states,
tax.
it's going to save you sales tax on the trade value.
So it's a different location, but let's see, 20,001.
103.
Hey, guess it's right
Look at
around
that.
there.
Yeah, look at that.
I wonder if Carvana uses.
Yeah,
Black
look,
Book.
it's right around their private sale.
Yeah, it seems
In
like
rough
that's kind of like,
condition, yeah.
and we're testing this on the fly, obviously, but it
Yeah.
kind of seems like the Carvana values are either your great trade-in or private sale, like
Yeah.
rough private sale,
Yeah.
which makes sense because then they're going to retail it for somewhere out here.
Well, one would hope.
You know what I
One
kind
would
of,
suspect.
you know what I kind of want to do?
No.
This is selfish, but I kind of want to run my old.
Oh, why?
Let's see.
It doesn't exist anymore.
It's still on Carvana's website. So if you guys are just joining, or if you're new to the channel, vehicle unavailable. Yeah, this is the Volvo I sold to. I sold to Carvana. Where's the VIN? Give me the VIN. VIN's got to be on the page, right? There it is. I'm super curious, Dad. Maybe I shouldn't have sold it.
Yeah.
Wow, that had a lot of miles on it.
Yeah.
I was driving a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you never stop driving.
We were in New Jersey at the time, right?
Yeah, but you did it for.
Oh, from Maryland.
Yeah, you did it for Silver Spring.
Look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Who knows? Maybe I made a good call. Maybe I made a bad call. I don't know. Either way, it's super interesting. These are the steps you should definitely go through if you're thinking about selling. Okay, Pops. Do you want to answer questions? Do you want to
I'll
answer
do
phone
whatever
calls?
you want.
No, I'm looking for your input.
I have no input. I screwed up badly at the beginning, and I'm trying to be on my best behavior now.
Why would you bring that back up? Why not just move on?
I did move on.
Well, then you brought it back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Saturday. What is it at 10 a.m.?
Are we doing?
We're trying to professionalize the look of at least the website. You can't professionalize the look of me. I mean,
While we're saying this, let's put the headphones on.
That's just virtually impossible. But I want you to know, Zach and his team have scheduled scheduled a photo shoot, a professional photo shoot.
My dad's getting his first photo shoot.
Almost 70 years old, getting my first professional photo shoot, and they pretty much promised me that if they can, they're going to make me look like a young Tom Selleck, which should be interesting considering, well, he had a full head of hair, and I don't.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited.
But I can't wait to see it.
Follow us on Instagram. I'll post some behind the scenes shots of my dad at a photo shoot. We're going to open up the phone line. So if you have a question that you'd like us to answer, we'll address that through the phone while we're waiting for
I still think I'm going to get a shave and a haircut on Friday so that I can look really good on Saturday morning.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, because I think that'll make it easier for them to make me look like a young Tom Selleck or an old Ray Shefska.
Hey, you're on with your auto advocate. State your name, where you're from, and what we can do to help, please.
Hey, this is Scott, and I'm from Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska. And I just want to let you guys know that you guys, your website and everything really helped me out a lot in my car purchase. And I sent in a message, I want to say it was last week, about I had this Jeep that had a little bit of damage on it, and we were trying to trade it in. And I was getting a new Venza at the same time. And so, they didn't even say anything about the debt, and I still got more money out of my trades than I thought I would. It was an early lease. So, I let it go like 6 months earlier.
Way to go.
I know.
Yeah.
And the great thing was we did the deal last Thursday, and I ended up getting a 2021 Toyota Venza, and I noticed that the particular one that I didn't want, but it had everything that we wanted except for the color, was on the lot for like 40 days.
Yeah. And
they went, and sticker price was like $43,500, and we got it down to $37,250. With it. Yeah. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You know what that indicates to me?
What?
We don't charge enough for our services.
Well, and the funny thing was too that the white one that we wanted, they were going to trade a dealer for, but they were going to charge us $40,500 for that with trade and everything.
Yeah.
And that fell through. That deal fell through because the other dealer didn't want something happen, and somebody else picked it up. So I saw the gray one on the lot, and I'm like, okay, what do you do for me? And I asked for like some crazy, like 10% off or something. And anyway, and another thing that people might want to look for are the rebates. Like, the salesperson was arguing with me about the rebates, and I went to the website and showed him, and then he had to show his manager and this and that. So that's one of the things that you probably want to have everybody look at as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it, because the rebates don't come out of the dealer's pocket. It doesn't cost them a dime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But no, those are all great tips.
That is so good
awesome
that you were willing to look at a different color and save a couple $1,000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're pumped about it. So anyway, I just want to thank you guys. It was great. Your service was great, and using it for when we get our other car later on. But I do want to know, are you guys still in Vegas?
We are still in Vegas.
We are, at least for another 6 weeks.
Okay, there's a restaurant out there. It's right off the strip. It's an Italian one called Batista's Hole in the Wall.
Oh, I've eaten there many a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, they got this great Italian steak there that's just amazing.
Everything about the place is great. When I used to eat there years and years and years ago, they had a strolling accordion player. and he would just go from table to table, and I've told this story before, but every time he'd stop at a table, he said, "Do you have any requests?" And well, I hate accordions, so my request, I looked at him dead in the eye. I go, "Yeah, please don't play." And then so he broke out into "Lady of Spain, I Adore You" instantly as soon as I said that.
He's I think like a real old guy, right? Like hunched over, kind of.
Yeah, it's a great little place, though. It really is.
Hey, well, thanks for calling in. Thanks for letting us know about the success. Congrats, and please continue to spread the word. It's awesome to know that we can help in some small way.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Take care.
Thank you.
Have a good one. So that's super cool. And part of the reason that's super cool, Pops, is because the time on lot information, right, that we have back in the actual app,
the price
for the market price report, right, like this.
Yeah.
If there's 12 days on lot, a negotiability score.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the more negotiable ones? It's this one, right? Like it's this one at Suburban Subaru instead. And if you're able to convince
you can
yourself,
become colorblind, you can save thousands of dollars. As much as he might have really wanted the white one. Is a white one worth spending $2,500 more than the gray one?
This one's brown.
But
I know.
Yeah.
But like, let's look at the actual. And it's like it's not rocket science. We're just trying to tee up the right information.
No, it's
at the right time.
It's brain massage.
182 days. There you go.
Brain massage, my friend.
Crazy. All right, let's go back to
brain surgery.
Let's go back. Oh, we got. All right. We'll open up the phone line. Let me open it up. All right.
Am I dressing up for the photo shoot? Well, the good news is whatever dressy clothes I have, and I don't have any, they're back in Jersey.
All right, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help? Oh, looks like we got a call dropped.
Yes, we did. Well, they were from Wells Fargo.
Yeah, who knows? We get caller ID, but we'll see. We'll see. IMMK9988 says purple cars. Remember that IC car study?
Yes,
Purple cars,
But I mean, it's like, as a sales manager, I used to always ask my salespeople, even though we didn't necessarily have the right color, try and solicit some type of offer from the customer for the color they don't want, because we just might surprise them and sell it to them.
Exactly.
I wanted people to become colorblind. And when I had my previous Mini, which was the green one, I hated green, but I bought it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hey guys, this is actually that big Greek guy. You guys just ran the VIN.
Okay.
In the black book, so this works out pretty well.
Yeah, I thought this is how I had imagined he sounded, Dad. So this is pretty
like
cool.
The big Greek guy.
Like
you sound like a big Greek guy.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But no,
you're not like really a midget or a dwarf or anything, are you?
No, actually,
okay,
the name comes from, I'll give you really quick, the name comes from my middle school crush who called me that big Greek guy.
Ah.
And it just lasted, I'm 28 now, so lasted all those years.
Wow, well, congratulations.
So what can we do to help you?
Thank you. So really quickly on that, so that is actually a lease, and my lease ends in January of this year. So I had called my leasing company and I was interested. I'm like, look, I know my car right now is worth more than probably what the residual is.
Yes.
So what's my buyout on it? And they were telling me like, oh, well, are you buying it out? I'm like, well, I'm probably looking at trading it in, just exploring options. And they're like, oh, well, the dealer buyout it was about 26, but if you wanted to buy it out, it was going to be 21, I believe. So
can we take a quick pause real quick?
Sure.
Pops, go for it.
Well, why wouldn't it just have a payoff?
Yeah, so when you lease a vehicle, it has the residual value, which is
that you can buy it for at the end after you've made all the payments. But it would also, if there's still payments to be made, it would have a payoff. What kind of car is it again?
It's a 2018 Challenger.
Okay. Unless Chrysler Credit, I know, like, for instance, Ford Motor Credit, the only way you could get a payoff on a Ford lease was you had to call the dealer where the lease originated from, and they were allowed to make the payoff whatever they wanted it to be. above and beyond the residual value. Now, I don't know if a Chrysler dealer can do that or not, but it should just have a payoff, and there shouldn't be a $5,000 swing in the payoff. When's the lease over, or when did it end?
So it's over in January, the end of January.
Of next
and it's
year?
a 39 of next year.
Of next year.
And you've
okay.
only got 12,000 miles on the vehicle.
Yeah, I hardly drive.
You drive like
So-
me. Yeah. No, seriously. I mean, I'm looking today. We're about to hit. I mean, I've had my car for 15 months. We're about to hit 7,000 miles.
So what is your are you thinking that you want to get out of it now? I mean, I can't imagine that with all those remaining payments, you'd be able to come out of that positive.
It wouldn't surprise me if the payoff is 26, because typically the way they figure a payoff on a lease is they take whatever the residual value is plus the remaining payments. So if you add all that up, I'm guessing that probably comes pretty close to $26,000.
So the buyout on the lease agreement is 19 and change.
At the
So
end of
my
term.
impression was, okay, 19 and change, also have to add the payments remaining on the lease. So say it's about 10 payments,
Yeah.
which actually comes out to 2,000. I pay 200 a month.
Okay.
So if you add that, that's 21,000. So that's plus taxes would be right about what they were saying, what I would buy it out as. And I couldn't really remember why they told me that the dealer buyout is different. But the reason why I'm concerned about this is because if, say, I wanted to go to Carvana and be like, oh, hey, I want to sell it to you.
Yeah.
And if you put in that it's a lease, they'll tell you what type in the buyout and what you would owe them or what they would pay. And Carvana said they're treated as basically a dealer, so they would need the dealer buyout. Where I would think that I would just buy it and then flip it over to Carvana. But even the leasing company, which is Fusion, was saying like they didn't really look at me buying it and then flipping it right over to the dealer as a good thing. Sounded like it was actually something they really looked down upon. So
who cares if they look down?
Yeah,
upon
yeah.
it?
I was gonna say they just like the OEM and the manufacturer.
Yeah.
They want the equity instead of you having the equity. So that's probably why they
Right.
look down upon it.
Yeah.
But honestly, who cares?
But if you could buy it for 21, do you have to? You would have to pay sales tax on it when you buy it.
yes, so it'd be the sales tax, and then the Fusion, the leasing company, was then saying, oh, it also takes about 6 to 8 weeks for you to get the title, and I guess they were just trying to turn me off on it.
Well,
but
of course.
I
yeah.
see a
guys-
comment here in the live chat from Joe Van Hart. He says, dealer buyout is different. Went through this with Carvana. Ended up getting more for my vehicle than they originally quoted. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, I've never heard of Fusion.
I think Chrysler goes through Santander, maybe?
I don't know. I don't know. But it just seems. I mean, I understand it would have a payoff, and the payoff should be the same whether you're making the payoff or whether a dealer's making a payoff. There's X amount that's owed. It shouldn't matter where that X amount comes from.
All that being said, you've got what it seems like from the Black Book numbers. So I'll put back up on the screen. What do we have you at? We had you at anywhere between. I mean, what was the Carvana offer? It was like 24,000, wasn't it? It was right over 24,000.
yeah,
And that's where the Black Book number had you right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you're even if it was your payoff was 26,000, you're 10 payments early and almost even. That's kind of crazy in all honesty.
well, that's the only reason why I'm looking at this. It's because I want to take advantage of the market. Like most likely, I said if I'm going to break even or owe money, then I wouldn't do this.
Yes.
That would be unwise. So maybe if we get 5 more months down the line and prices continue to go up, then I would. But since you guys put out that leasing video today, I thought it would be a good follow-up just to go, hey, Carvana doesn't – I guess if you're selling it straight to Carvana, they are treated as a dealer, and if there are those two different buyout prices, then it's something you would have to consider. But as long as hearing from what you guys are saying that the dealer for Fusion, the leasing company, won't be able to turn it against me like legally and say, oh, well, you bought it and you flipped it right over, then I guess
so.
it's really
That's the beauty
no
of
harm
it.
in
You
that.
can do whatever you want with it.
I'm my gears are spinning, Pops. You know what we need to do?
No.
We need to run your Mini through Black Book, through Carvana, and you and I should document the process of going all the way up until selling your Mini to Carvana. Not actually do it, obviously, because
because we got to get back.
Yeah,
east.
we got to get back to the East Coast.
Yeah.
But we should do that. And we should document every step of the way, because I think there probably is some ambiguous aspects of it that the big Greek guy, that Joe Van Hart, that everyone else is going to experience, and we should document it. We should do that.
Yeah.
Are you up for it?
Maybe.
Let's do it live.
Oh, God.
Right now. How's your arm feeling, by the way?
It hurts.
I'm sorry, pal.
Yeah, you don't really care.
Hey, thanks for calling in. Thanks for sharing your situation with us. Close the loop. Join us next week on the next live stream and keep us posted on how this goes. But super interesting stuff.
I will definitely. Thank you again, guys, for your help. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in.
Scroll up. There was a question from Adrian.
Yeah.
There it is. Hi, Ray. What's your thoughts on financing the taxes and dealer fee as part of a $30,000 car purchase? In Florida, it's $3,000 literally every 2 years. I think it's ludicrous, but I'm just curious. I don't know why you'd want to pay interest on sales tax. That's at the very least, put your taxes and tags down even on a purchase, because there's no sense in making it worse and paying interest on sales tax and plates.
Skylar says that the community will step up and help us hitchhike back home. I think Skylar's right. So we should sell the Mini and we should document that, soup to nuts.
Well, God knows I don't need a car.
Wait, when's your lease due? In 2 years?
I got it in 2020.
Yeah.
No, 2019. December 28th of 2019. And it's a 3-year lease.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I could take you. I mean, literally, between my car payment and my insurance payment.
Yep.
I pay like $50-some $100 a year, and I have a car that we're about to hit 7,000 miles on, and the only reason we did, or we will, is because we drove cross country.
Cage 860 says, thanks to you guys, I priced out my trade-in on Carvana and got a great offer. Yeah, it's simple stuff. We're just making people aware of it. That's really the best we can do.
Yeah.
H-Sun says, some lease contracts state they are legally have to sell to the lessee at the residual, not to the dealership. Have you? I mean, you've worked a hell of a lot more lease deals than I ever have.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, we got a phone call coming in here. You are on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Yes, good. Yes, good afternoon. My name is Jack, and I had a quick question.
Yeah.
I actually purchased my leased vehicle that I had for 4 years. I actually purchased it 6 months ago, and I don't know if it's something that you guys can answer, but I've been given the runaround with the finance company. They sent me the letter that it was released, that the it shows that I paid it off. However, I haven't gotten the title, and what they keep telling me 2 or 3 times now, that the title is a digital title. I'm in California, incidentally, and they were saying they don't have a physical paper title that they send. It's a digital one, and so I'm kind of like doubting that. I've never heard of that, and I was wondering if you gentlemen have heard of that before.
Well, Jack, I can honestly tell you I've never heard of a digital title either. All the years I was in the car business, I was familiar with the certificate of origin or the manufacturer's statement of origin, which is the pre-title, which is then turned into a title when the vehicle is either sold or leased. They were the buyer of the vehicle, so they should have gotten a title, and they should be able to send you a title along with the letter that states that they no longer have an interest in it, so that you can then get a title in your name. I don't know how you're supposed to do that without a title.
Yeah. Now here's a little wrinkle to that. So as I mentioned, this was a leased vehicle that I leased in 2016. Which is really odd is a week later they sent me the title. Of course, it wasn't signed over, and I thought it was very strange that they would send me a title a week later after I leased the vehicle. It was clearly, a mistake. I tried to contact them, and they couldn't give me an answer. So I physically have a title. I'm just wondering if I couldn't go to a Hyundai dealer and give them the paperwork, and they could do, if the DMV at the dealer could act as an agent and sign that over.
Well,
I don't want to.
Who's the title made out to?
The title, it shows me as a lessee. It's the titles to Hyundai trust lessor.
Okay.
And it has my name as the lessee.
So they've already sent you a letter stating that there's no lien on it anymore.
Correct.
Well, I would think if you take that title on that letter, that should be enough. Take it to a local motor vehicle agency. And I don't know how. I don't. And I'm California. I mean, that's probably a giant pain in the
Tuchus.
Right. Maybe there's title service companies out there in California that can do it for you, and you can pay them a small fee. But I would think if you physically have the original title and you have the letter stating that they no longer have an interest in it, that should be enough to be able to get the title converted into your name.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to probably do next. I mean, that sounds like a really good advice, because I just kept calling them to make sure, hey, you're not going to come repossess this car, because it does technically. I guess it still belongs to them. So I guess the other thing that I was concerned about is that when they finally do release it, because the original sale date was 6 months ago, is the state now going to penalize me because I didn't register it in my name within 10 days of the sale? I guess those are all.
Yeah, that I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. Would it be a way for the state of California to pick up a few extra dollars? Yes. Would they be interested in any ways they can to pick up a few extra dollars? Yes. So more than likely they're going to charge you that additional fee.
Yeah, sounds like it. Well, thank you. That did provide some help, and I thank you for your time. Have a good one.
Our pleasure. Thank you, Jack. Good luck.
Yep. Bye-bye.
That was helpful, Pops. You're good at that.
I'm a helpful.
Lots of folks talking about how electronic titles. I don't know if you saw that in the chat as it was going by, but a lot of folks are mentioning, especially in Florida, they do everything on electronic titles now, which makes it even crazier that you've got all the different fees for all. Disney Space Meister 03 says, "Are used Tacoma prices ridiculous, or is it just me?"
No, it's not just you. They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Apparently, you must be ridiculous, too, if it's not just you.
Black Book data shows that truck prices. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh, my God.
You're on with Your Auto Advocate. Where are you from? What's your name? What can we do to help?
Yes, my name is Mark. I'm from North Carolina, and I always had been leasing cars because our credit wasn't great, and I would lease. And now I'm wanting to buy a car. And I've saved up $20,000 as a down payment, but I'm wanting a $45,000 car. I just wondered if that's enough with a bankruptcy in my past to be able to get that.
You've got almost half down. So if you're looking at a $45,000 car, and even with fees, if it all came in at $50,000 and you've got $20,000 to put down, you've got 40% down. I would think that's 20,000 reasons for a bank to say, "Hey, let's give this guy a loan."
Right, I wasn't sure because, like I said, the last two times I tried to buy one the last time. I at least one successfully paid, and went to the end of the lease and paid for going over the mileage, and they let me lease another one again. But they just said I couldn't. I didn't qualify for buying one at the time. But again, I didn't have back then a $5,000 down payment. I guess that's why. But now I've got $20,000. I'm just hoping I could buy one this time.
Trust me, those 20,000 reasons. They're a good reason for a bank to say yes.
Yeah, you've always talked about that. The more money you put down, that shows your willingness to participate.
I mean, a bank is going to look at that and they're going to go, he's not going to put $20,000 down and run the risk of losing the car and the $20,000. So
right. Well, I was hoping that was the case. Yeah, because I got it through the Toyota Southeast Finance company, and like I said, they'd always let me lease it just fine. Just pay $5,000 down. I always leased the car, even with difficult credit, but I went through nursing classes and become a nurse, and I had some medical bills that kind of held me back a little bit, and that's what got my bankruptcy going. And I'm just trying to be able to start buying something now.
I think you should be all right.
Well, that's great. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks for calling in, Mark, and all the best to you. And thanks for being a part of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Sure. Thanks, now. Bye.
Bye now.
Nice job, Pops.
Yeah.
Helping folks left and right. All right, so let's see here. We got all sorts of comments. Best small used truck to buy, Dad. That's from Upside In. Any thoughts?
The one you like.
No, I'm thinking like the Ranger.
Yeah,
the Canyon.
The Colorado.
The Colorado, yeah.
The Titan. I'm not a truck guy.
Hey, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Yes, I had a question for Mr. Ray about the general public, for him to tell us some stories about the general public.
Well, you want me to tell stories about the general public? I don't think that would be fair to the general public. I might not paint them in the best light. The general public is what allowed me to have the life that I've had, that it allowed me to be able to provide for my wife and my children the way I was able to. And God bless the general public. I wouldn't have been anything without them.
So you don't have any good stories of crazy people coming in and trying to buy cars or something like that?
I've got stories about crazy people trying to buy cars and come. I've got all kinds of. I worked for a Pontiac dealership at one time.
What year?
When in the early '90s. When Pontiac actually still existed, and we at that time we were a standalone Pontiac dealership. There were only 27 in the country that only had Pontiac, and we had a 30-day you can exchange it program. And I'll never forget, I had a customer, and he came in, and he wanted to buy a Firebird, and he just made the Firebird was like $30,000, and he offered like $15,000, and I said, I'd love to be able to accommodate you, but I can't. He says, well, you have to. I go, why is that? He says, because I'm the customer, and the customer's always right. I said, well, I can appreciate you're the customer, but this happens to be one of those rare cases where the customer isn't right. And I have any number of stories like that. I have stories of
some
actually
of your
having
dear friends are customers. Dad.
Huh?
I mean, some of your dear friends are customers.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of my customers turned into good friends.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I wouldn't have been anything without the general public. I've made a lot of nice friends through the car business, both customers, both people that I worked with. I've seen some pretty stupid and crazy stuff. I've seen people do or attempt to do stupid stuff. I did my best to try and talk people out of doing stupid stuff, but I didn't always succeed. And the one thing I learned is that sometimes when you try and do your best, that's when people will put up the biggest fight. They don't want to know that they shouldn't do it. They just want to know that somebody's going to let them do it.
Fantastic. So you like watches and wine, correct?
I do. I am a big watch guy, and I'm so far from a wino, it's unbelievable. But I do like collecting the wine.
Okay. Well, thanks for all you guys are doing. You really doing a great service for everybody, helping everybody see behind the big curtain.
Well, we're trying, and we're trying to pull the curtain back as far as we possibly can.
Thanks for calling in. Thanks for being a part of it.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you've told me stories. I'm trying to remember what the gentleman's name is, and we obviously don't need to say. But he was very old in age, and he brought
Arnold.
And Arnold would bring you stuff.
Arnold was a former disc jockey in Los Angeles for a while. He was in the leather goods business, leather jackets and stuff. He used to stop by the dealership. He'd bring me leather coats, and he would just show up with lunch. I had no idea he was coming, but we'd sit down and we'd spend an hour and a half in the office together.
Yeah, the dealer stories you've got are really
I
great.
love Arnold. Arnold's just a one. I mean, he lives outside of Boise these days, and he still checks in on me occasionally.
Larry R wants to know, watch or read the How to Buy a Car in 2020. Oh, never mind. We'll answer that in a second, Larry R. You are on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? And what can we do to help?
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm a long-time listener and second-time caller.
Yay!
We got our first ever second-time caller, Michael.
Oh,
man,
my God.
good to hear from you again.
Yeah.
What can we do for you?
I a couple, I think last week or so, I asked about buying a used BMW. That's out the water now. But
Good.
basically, I guess my question is, I've been out of the car about a year because right before COVID started, someone kind of crashed into my parked car. So I got an insurance paid out. Then I figured I'm working from home. I don't need a car. My situation is until July earliest, I don't need to go back to work, and my company will let me know if I need to go back to work about 30 days ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been kind of stalling out buying a car, but I'm keep hearing the used car price kind of going up.
Yes.
Should I start buy it now?
6, 8
might
weeks
get
ago.
worse in the
you should
summer.
have started 6 or 8 weeks ago. Yeah, as you can see from, we did a little bit of the Black Book stuff earlier in the show, and the car and truck prices both went up over a point this past week, and that's a continuing trend over the last 6 or 7 weeks, and it's not a trend that I see slowing down anytime soon. So if you wait 6 or 8 more weeks, the cars are just going to be even more expensive than they are now.
And Michael, we put up on the Your Auto Advocate website the How to Buy a Car in 2021 series. It's not short, I have it up on the screen right now, so if you're looking at the stream, it's pretty long, but read it. The videos are currently unlisted on YouTube. We're getting thumbnail images. I got to take care of that, and then we'll make it public on YouTube probably this weekend. But take a peek at that. I think that'll help you set fair expectations for what you're about to get into as you're navigating and negotiating, whether it's this week or next week or in July. But it's just a different environment than what we've seen in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Different than anything
good.
I've ever seen.
And you're saving money and keeping it in your pockets by not going with the used BMW.
Yes.
So kudos to you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Michael. Bye-bye.
Did anyone ever wreck a new car on a test drive? Yes. And it's ugly when it happens.
And Larry R., the How to Buy a Car in 2021 is literally How to Buy a Car in 2021. We filmed that over the course of a couple days, did all the written content, so take a peek at it. Like I said, it'll be on YouTube this weekend, but the videos, you can watch them back on the website right now, so go ahead and take a peek there. Ray, do you remember the first car you ever sold?
It was a Subaru. When I first started in the business, it was in Ayanoco Motors, which was a Dodge Subaru dealership, and the first car I ever sold was a Subaru. And I'll never forget, Josh will be right with you, and I'll never forget that in those days, the spare tire was mounted just above the engine under the hood. And I thought to myself, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I mean, it only gets hot under there. So how quickly before that spare tire dry rots, and once you have that flat, well, that spare tire's no good either. But the first car I ever sold was a Subaru.
You're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? How can we help?
Hey, guys. My name's Josh. I'm in Tampa, Florida. I'm actually a buyer looking to buy, and I'm actually got a quote in today. I actually put the VIN number into the chat. My username's Emrys. I don't know if you wanted to take a look at that.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let me find it really quick. I'm looking. When did you put it in? Could you mind re-putting it in right now? Just
Emmerich, I see it. Ray for president? No, that's not it. I'm not running for president.
Yeah, why don't you paste it right back in there, and we'll do a live little purchase deal analysis on the fly. That'll be fun.
Look at that.
Oh, I see it right here. Oh, I got it. I scrolled down too far. My apologies.
It's almost
no problem.
It's almost our last name is the VIN. Yeah.
All right, so let me put this in. So while I'm running the market price report, do you mind kind of sharing with us where you are in the process?
Sure, yeah. So I just pretty much sent them an email asking for the outdoor price.
Good.
I didn't, and I was actually surprised they actually sent me one. Being in Florida, these guys could be kind of sticklers about that kind of stuff. But so what I have here is on the quote, I have a dealer installed options for $1,699, so about $1,700.
Whoa.
Now I believe that's probably some options that they provide to me. So I'll probably pass on that. But the dock fee is kind of shocking at $999 as well. And a little bit more about this car is it's been on the lot for about just over a month. So I'm thinking maybe I could talk them down a little bit with that. And also I'm kind of prepared to pay in cash as well. So I don't want to scare them away,
but
when I want to.
They want to scare you away with the $1,699 and the $999.
It's incredible. It's a $12,000 car, and they're adding on $2,500.
Yes. Wow. First of all, you might be surprised that they might not want to discount the $1,699 or whatever it was in dealer installed stuff. So that's the first thing you're going to want to address. Obviously, it's Florida, which, as we described, is the wild, wild west when it comes to dock fees, and that's just a pure profit center for the dealership. So it sounds to me that there's like almost $2,700 of fluff built into this deal above and beyond what the asking price of $12,629 is.
And is there anything else on the OTD quote? Like, what is the final OTD price that you get to?
Oh, final OTD is $17,370.
Seems a bit much for a $12,629 car.
So this is this your first pass with them? Like, the quote that they sent you? Okay.
Right, exactly.
I'm taking a peek at their website really quick just to see. Yeah, market. Oh my gosh, there's 48 people recently viewed this vehicle. I love how they showed that. Interesting.
And I see that there's a little over 70K miles on it. So I was thinking maybe as a bargaining chip, if I could get a look at the service records, the brakes are probably due to be changed if they haven't been already. So, maybe that'll help me out a little bit as well.
Well, you can scroll through Carfax and see what services have been done.
I will call out that one of the things that we've seen a lot of success with, and I'm not sure we're in a position yet with this deal to do this, but is when you get the PPI done, the pre-purchase inspection, that can usually, it's maybe a $150 investment. Usually you end up with more than $150 worth of negotiating leverage on the back end of that. And what I mean is, tire tread depth ends up coming that the tires are close. So you're able to use that as negotiation for new tires or as leverage in your negotiations. In this case, since it's the first pass, what do you think, Dad? I'm thinking you respond back and you say, I appreciate the $2,700 in fluff. How about we discount the cost of the vehicle by the $2,700? And they're going to say no, of course.
Yes.
But then you're going to, in your mind, you're trying to get that to, I don't know, discounting $1,500, $2,000, just something that's in the realm of like reality instead of.
And the sad part is that the 12.6 that they're asking could be low for the car in today's world.
Let's run it in Black Book.
Yeah,
it actually is. It actually is lower, and it's they classify it as a great deal.
So let's run this.
Yeah,
it's
a great deal because they haven't added in the $2,700 of fluff yet.
So
that's what makes it a great deal.
This is actually kind of cool. I think this is one of the first times we're doing this, which is like someone's buying a vehicle, but let's actually run it back in
$73,000
through the trade-in. And we're in the state of Florida.
We are.
Well, you and I are here, but
no, we're in the state of Nevada.
But Josh is in Florida. So let's see what Black Book says.
Let's see what Black Book
I'm
says.
super curious. Yeah, okay, so why are we ending up at $78,000?
Is because that's what real retail should be on that car
price
in today's world.
Yeah.
Okay,
and wow, look at what the trade-in value
So they're
is.
using a bait and switch price in order to get you at least interested in the vehicle, and then they're adding the rest of the money to get it to what the real market price would be for the vehicle.
So now, Pops, if you're Josh, what do you do to ensure that you're getting the best possible deal? Like, do you think realistically he has much of any wiggle room on the front end? Should he be contacted?
I think he can try. That's all you can do is try. As I keep saying to people, what's the worst that the dealership can do? They say no to your offer. Doesn't mean you stop negotiating. It just means they said no to your offer.
Part of the reason I'm asking is because when you run the market price report, there's 4 similar vehicles.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them out there.
Do you contact these other dealers? They got such different miles on them. Do you think that gets you any leverage in the negotiation to contact these other dealers?
Well, You know, if you're going to end up coming in at close to $17,000, look at the 2017 with only 28,000 miles on
it. The one at the Auto Group.
Yeah. And then you know, maybe that car might make more sense. But you're dealing with a dealer that's lowballing you on the price just to get you to click on the car. So now you have a moral dilemma. Do you want to do business with people that are basically lying to you in order to get you to click on it? Or do you want to do business with somebody that might be straight up with you from the beginning?
Before you answer, Josh, I just want to say the thumbnail images that we designed, Dad, they're kind of clickbaity. So I guess you could kind of say morally...
Oh, we're clickbaity as poop. Yeah. I mean, you know, we found out a long time ago that if we just tried to be Warren Beatty, nobody was going to watch. So we needed to be clickbaity.
So, Josh, what's going through your head on your end as you've heard us go back and forth on this?
I did actually just today did ask a local dealer that had a little bit higher of a price, but it seemed a little bit more realistic. I did send them an email for out the door price as well. So we'll see what they say, and maybe I could kind of compare, and maybe I'll just have to go with maybe I'll I don't know that I see what you're saying about trying to lie about the price to get me in the door. That is kind of shady.
It's not kind of shady. Yeah. Let me help you, Josh. It's not kind of shady. It is shady. And the only way it becomes kind of shady is if you're willing to accept it. And so if you and the rest of the public says, no, I'm not doing business with people like that, then hopefully perhaps in time they'll have to stop doing shady things. But if we're willing to overlook it, then that's never going to end.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, maybe if they take my cash under $15K offer, then
what the hell? Maybe you could be just as shady as they are, and go for it.
Josh, I strongly, though, can't recommend enough. Get a pre-purchase inspection done. That will uncover some things that you can use in negotiations, and more importantly, if it does for some reason identify something on the vehicle that makes you say, "Hey, I don't want this," it was the best $150 you've ever spent. So please, regardless if you go through a dealership, an independent lot, make sure you really strongly consider that as part of your process.
All right. That sounds great.
Hope that helped, Josh.
Thanks so much for calling in.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Man, I like when we get to do deal analysis like that. So if you're going to call in, questions, of course. The title question was a great one. You got to flex your industry muscle, but call in with some more deals as well. It's really fun to run them on the fly. Public interest. Ken says Lemon Squad. Yep. There we go. We're on a roll.
Yeah, we're on a bun, ladies and gentlemen.
You're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hi, it's Wes, 10 Bears. I just wanted to mention my last automobile I purchased. I made it much simpler, I think. I'll give you the details, and you please ask any question you like. I bought my wife a brand new, off the dealer lot, of 2017 and 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan. Okay, I bought on the last day of the year, December 31st.
Good for
and
you.
I just called up. I didn't even go down. I called 3 dealerships, and I said very politely, not, it wasn't rude or boisterous or anything. I asked for the GM, and I said, how many thousands of dollars under invoice are you willing to sell a car today? And the biggest one was a Volkswagen dealership. The sticker, which I have on the right of me, I can read it to the penny, but anyhow, it was $25,000. It was marked up, invoiced $1,200. I got it for $17,500.
Wow!
Now I've done that for over 3 decades. I do not know why people make this so difficult. Now you have till January 2nd before they turn in the paperwork. And I'm not saying what you guys advice. I think you're giving excellent advice, but I think all that isn't necessary. Now, I can't possibly do this for 30 years, and somebody else can't duplicate what I do. I'm not smarter than your average bear. And I have all the paperwork to back up everything I'm saying. Pardon me?
You are smarter than the average bear, which is why you've been able to accomplish what you've accomplished. Because without realizing it, you're calling up and you're asking on the last day of the year when the incentives are the greatest, when dealerships are fighting and clawing to hit year-end objectives that the manufacturers have set for them. So you are smarter than the average bear. You figured it out all on your own. Now, unfortunately, there's about 150 million other people that haven't figured it out at all, and that's.
Oh yeah, there's no criticism on my part.
No, I wasn't taking it as criticism, but that's why we're here to help those 150 million people. We can't help you at all.
Well, no, because I have to tell you, sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, sorry. Over the decades, I have told dozens and dozens of people how I do it. I show them what I paid for the car. I kept all the window stickers. I have not had one single person do it, including family members. And I'm so frustrated. I go, you don't like saving thousands? Now, I'm in Florida. I've only done it in 2 states, New York and Florida. In Florida, our retail dealers here, as you probably know, all have DMV licenses. So I'll get some knucklehead and say, well, that's not the real invoice. Yeah, man, they're registered with the DMV. There's nothing to play with there. It's real invoice. Now, they get massive 6-figure, 7-figure rebates at the end of the year. Some of those dealers want that money, so losing $4 or $5 grand on a car is nothing. I just don't. I'm just so frustrated why other people don't do it. But anyhow, I didn't say it in a bragging manner.
I still insist you're smarter than the average bear. You figured it out a long time ago. You know, we have been preaching forever, end of month, end of quarter, end of year. There's a reason I got my car on December 28th, because that's when the incentives are at the strongest, and that's when dealers are looking to make whatever deals they can, so that, for instance, at one of our dealerships that I was working at one time, one of the sales managers lost, I don't know, $2,500 or $3,000 on a car he sold. And the owner said to him, he said, why would you do that? He said, because, I don't know, that qualified us for a $200,000 incentive from the manufacturer. So I thought you wouldn't mind that I lost $2,500 or $3,000 to net you $197,000. And the owner looked at him and said, good job, because it was a good job. So
may I add one thing?
Yes, please. Absolutely.
I always tell my salesman up front when I finally meet him, because this is the only time in 18 that I actually didn't even bother going to the dealership. I did to make the deal, but I made it over the phone. You know, how many thousands you want to lose, that type of thing. And I always tell the salesman I'm going to give him cash, which I do. And every time I walk in the dealership, for any reason, I always give my salesman $10. Because he deserves it. These guys work hard. They work 6-7 days a week, 65 hours a week. I saved thousands of dollars on the car. The car's still worth almost what I paid for it.
Yeah.
Why not buy the guy lunch?
I like your thinking.
Yeah, thank you. And when I go in, everybody says hi to me. So, you know, and when I buy a car, the salesman's going to get paid, and the dealership's going to get their incentive. And I did it by the phone. It didn't cost them nothing or time.
Hey, love to hear it. Thanks so much for calling in and spread the word about what we're doing. Help.
Well, thanks for taking so much time. I do. I love your show, and I don't disagree with any of the advice.
Thanks so much.
Because no matter what I tell people, they're not going to do what I say. Hey, so you guys have a great day.
You do the same. Much. Thanks again.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Oh, my. Yeah. Interesting. Love it. All right, we got so many comments coming in. Honda production set, is it still worth waiting till the end of the month to buy a Honda Passport, or should I do it as soon as this week? Probably not going to change much. They're not going to negotiate now much. They're not going to negotiate much at the end of the week.
Yeah, especially knowing that they're shutting down plants in North America. So
yeah, exactly. I remember right when COVID began, I was trying to help folks with a Honda Odyssey deal, and
it was tough.
Yeah, it's just really, really hard.
Yeah. All
right, let's see here. All right. Oh yeah, I put the what best time to buy a car guide in the chat. Let's see. Oh, we had $4.99 from RR thanking us for the.
Thank you, RR.
Thank you, RR. Glad that we can provide some helpful information. Ray, how much are dealers moved by issues found during a pre-purchase inspection?
Well, they know that there has to be addressed if they'd like to sell the car, and if it's too expensive, then they hope the next person that comes along doesn't get a pre-purchase inspection and it doesn't have to get handled. But if you're serious about buying a car and they're serious about selling a car, and well, they should be,
yep.
It's going to move them because they want to there's only one reason to show up at a dealership every day, and that's to figure out how to sell a car. There's no reason to show up and waste an entire day and not sell anything.
Yeah, so a pre-purchase inspection carries a lot of weight.
Yeah, it does.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
Greenless and Ham says, what causes holds for new trucks en route to the dealer? It's an interesting question.
Sometimes it could be damage.
Yeah.
There could be some shipping damage that needs to be taken care of.
Yep, makes sense. All right, let me scroll back down. Purchased a brand new 2021 Toyota Corolla LE black auto. Hard to know public interest if that's a good deal. We'd have to run a market price report. Send the VIN in. We can run a market price report. We can take a peek. Mr. Cruz says, how much discount on leftover from previous year?
Depends on the size of the incentives from the manufacturer, but you should be able to get last year's model for at least invoice.
Absolutely.
Or a little, and then have the incentives applied after you get it down to invoice.
You're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hi, my name is Heather. I'm from Asheville, North Carolina.
Hey, Heather from Asheville, North
we
Carolina.
almost stopped in Asheville on our way out here.
It's a great place.
That's what we've heard.
What can we do to help you with, Heather?
I am looking at trying to buy a 2021 Toyota 4Runner. And I have a certain model in mind, the TRD Premium. And I'm trying to go with my local Toyota dealership. And they gave me like an out-the-door email. And there's $3,816 in discounts that they put on that. And I asked him what it was, and he said it was related to if I choose to finance with them from the Southeastern Toyota
Finance Corporation. Yeah.
Distribution network. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and so it brings it down to like $45,753 with that. As like they're saying that is the price, but I feel like that's not really a discount because I haven't even decided if I'm going to finance with them or.
Well, what I would do is I would work a discount on the car, stating that if I can pick up extra savings by financing through you, what would that rate be, so that I can determine whether or not that makes financial sense for me to finance through you, and even if it doesn't, you say that you will, and then you turn around and you refinance it a week later so that you can take advantage of whatever extra savings there was for having financed it through them. But you want to negotiate the discount on the car first, and then the additional discount that you get for financing through them.
And Heather, I'll just piggyback and I'll say this is a new 4Runner we're talking about, right? Quotes
this
from
is a new one. I got quotes on a 2021 4Runner that they have in their used section that has like 7,000 miles on it, and they're trying to tell me that it makes sense to buy the new one, and they're kind of trying to equal out the price for me. I think is what they're doing.
The point I want to make is get multiple quotes.
Yes.
Because one of the things that you can do more easily with new vehicles than used vehicles is you can get multiple quotes for literally the same exact vehicle, and then you can work them against one another. But to my dad's point, we see a lot of deal worksheets where it just says, you got one of those worksheets, I imagine, and it just says discount and then a number next to it, and then it has, selling price, and then below that it has, taxes, title. Like that discount line essentially needs to be, ready for this, Pops? It needs to be disambiguated. You need to clearly delineate. Wow, these are big words. I read a book one time. You need to,
and only once.
Essentially, what you need to get to is you need to get to what's the dealer discount versus what are the manufacturer rebates and incentives, and the idea that manufacturer rebates and incentives might only be applicable if you finance through a captive lender is totally normal. But to my dad's point, get them to clearly state what their dealer discount is, then use that dealer discount as leverage with the other 2 or 3 dealerships you contact. and then refinance afterwards when you ultimately probably take their financing, because it is probably the best, cheapest way to get the deal.
Okay. So say, okay, well, what am I going to get as a discount from you?
Yes.
Versus, okay.
Break out that
All
3,800 into two lines. What's from you? What's from, Toyota from having having finance through Southeast Toyota, whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And ask for the dealer invoice too, right?
If you
never hurts to ask.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you get it, send it in.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather.
Thanks, Heather.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Yeah, I think that it's especially important because we say it all the time, but to continually reinforce it. New vehicle, get multiple quotes. Used vehicle, still do it, but it's harder. Oh, that one dropped immediately. Not sure what happened there. Sorry to whomever that caller was.
I hate when that happens.
People are saying there's thumbs down on the live stream?
Really?
I hope there's not any thumbs down. We're having fun. Doing the best
maybe
we
they're
can.
not.
If you know someone who's buying, okay, all right, never mind. All right, you're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? And what can we do to help you with?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. My name is Alex. Actually, I'm in the live chat. I sent a VIN in, so we could run a market report on this car I'm trying to buy.
Yeah. Do you mind pasting it back in there again? And also, can you speak up just a little bit? It's a little hard to hear you.
Okay.
Oh, and also, can you mute us in the background? I can hear myself.
Alex, we're asking a lot of you, buddy.
Well,
we're good now. Yeah.
Michael
Hopefully
Hong with
that takes care of it.
The $10 donation.
Thank you, Michael Hong.
That's a cool graphic. And I'm staring at the chat, Alex. So once I see a VIN pop through,
there it is.
Is
that
this
it?
Are you R? Nope, that's RR. I don't think.
Yeah, Alex R.
Alex R. But are you RR?
No, just Alex R.
Oh,
the VIN
Alex.
starts with JTHBA.
JTHBA. All right, I'm looking. And then RR, we got you after this because you donated. We got to make sure we hit that for you.
JT.
Alex R. Got it. Okay. Good eyes, Pops. All right, Alex, give us a second here. So is this a vehicle? Tell us a little bit. Is this a vehicle you're looking to purchase?
Yeah, I've been shopping since the beginning of March for this Lexus for my car. It's not for my car. I've been shopping for this car for my mom. And so I've been doing a lot of, statewide searches, nationwide searches. I think I found the one in Houston. I'm actually from Alabama, so I might have to make this 10-hour drive there. I've got a quoted, bill of sale that I was finally able to get negotiated. They emailed it to me.
Uh-huh.
But I haven't emailed it to you guys for you guys to maybe do a review on one day. But they're not willing to negotiate or to remove the dealer services charge, or they're putting some footprints. And so I'm kind of, I don't know.
Sonic, just so you know, Sonic is, when it comes to their pre-owned cars, and I think even for most of their new cars, they're just one price at this point. That's their way of doing business. Now that doesn't mean that they can't add additional fees that they shouldn't, which obviously they're doing in your case, and all you can do is keep asking, and maybe they'll be nice enough to at least take something off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that was the thing, because I didn't know that Sonic was a lot, turning into a CarMax. But from what the salesperson I'm saying, he says he actually sent me some text message saying that they're coming from their corporate prices. So apparently they don't control their own pricing anymore.
Sonic has set it up a little differently.
Okay. So that's why, Alex, I'm looking at the market price report here, and I see quite a few other similar ones even in that area. And if you're doing your nationwide search, I'd keep running different reports in different regions and look for higher negotiability, only because that says that they've been sitting on the vehicle even longer, which means they might have more of a willingness to move on it. But this kind of touches back to like where we started the show, which is talking about used car prices right now. Negotiations on these deals, and Dad, you got to jump in here if you think I'm wrong, but negotiation on these deals aren't necessarily on like the selling price. It's on the added fluff, and then it's on the back end. So making sure that you aren't buying the extended warranty at the 200% markup, and that you're not getting completely raked over the coals on financing. Like that's where you can win in this market as a car buyer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's, I was definitely going with the out the door price with all the dealerships I've contacted.
Good.
And this has actually been the best one. That's the reason why that's why I wanted to run the market report. So this is actually the best out the door price, where it's their NAP price on this one actually came out to $22,997, and so it's the best one I've actually been able to find. This past 3-4 weeks I've been hunting, searching, negotiating with dealers, but I just didn't know if you guys knew, or I guess now I know that Sonic is now kind of more of a CarMax.
Yes.
They're very firm with their pricing. So that was pretty much just it. I just wanted to get your guys' opinion and actually get to meet you guys, or at least speak with you.
Hey, and one final thought. PPI. Make sure you think about getting a pre-purchase inspection.
Yes.
2016 sitting over there. Again, that, like we talked about with the prior caller, that can bring up some opportunities for negotiation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. That sounds great. I'll look into it, and then maybe I'll shoot you guys an email tomorrow or the next day if I end up purchasing it, or if something goes, the other way around, maybe it could, be a good example on another video one day.
Good luck to you, and what a wonderful son helping your mom out like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good.
Thanks so
All
much.
right, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Very cool. Michael, that was super thoughtful. Thank you for calling in. And we've got Larry R. with a all-star suggestion. Run the Black Book report on this Lexus. Let's take a peek. Good suggestion, Larry.
And then didn't Michael
donated $10, Pops.
Yeah, and then was there some question he had for us?
Let us check in uno momento. So we've got, this is in Houston, so we'll put Texas.
Yes.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm running the Black Book trade-in report for this Lexus that Alex is thinking about purchasing for his mom. Wow. If he can get out the door at...
Yeah, it sounds like he's doing pretty well.
He might be able to turn around in 3 weeks and flip it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex, get the PPI done and then go from there. All right, let's see if Michael had a question here that we can address. I know RR did, so we're going to run RR's VIN here in just a second. So I've got that prepared. No, I think Michael is just being a nice guy, Pops.
Well, thank you, Michael.
Yeah, we always appreciate that. All right, we've got RR's...
I agree with Larry R. Alex, buy that car.
Yeah. RR's got a VIN here for the market price report. Let's take a peek. 2020 Nissan Armada, higher negotiation. Wow, look at that, 97 days on lot.
Yeah.
Already off the bat, I'm thinking that this is probably one that's good to look at. One other in the region that's got a higher negotiability.
The good news is that they bought it for considerably less when they bought the car. Since it's been sitting on their lot for 97 days based on what's happened in the last 6-7 weeks. Oh, it's a new vehicle.
Yeah, so this is actually a really good target if you're looking at prior model year and one that's been sitting for a while. RR, hit this, hit that.
Yeah.
Hit that, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see what they're willing to do to get rid of the vehicle, which I would think would be a lot.
Yeah, you've picked a good one to look at. All right, let me open the call lines back up and we'll look through here. Michael Hong says I called in twice already. Try again, Michael. We got it ready. We're negotiating OTDs via email. After settling that, do we bring up that we have a trade-in via email or in person before the F&I at the dealer? And thank you, Manjunath, for the $5 donation. That's very thoughtful. I'm going to put in the chat. I'll do it in a second. Oh, Manjunath. All right, let's see here. Connect. All right, you're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Evening, Jim's Jeffrey Strong from Boston, Massachusetts. How are you tonight?
Jeff from Boston. Good to hear from you. Jeffrey, excuse me. What can we do to help, Jeffrey?
Zach, I sent you an email message earlier today, but you probably haven't had a chance to review it yet. I know you guys are busy, and you may not get to it. But it was in regards to the wife is shopping for a Volvo C70 hardtop. Mm-hmm. Model years 2008 through 2013. And I was curious what impact a vehicle that is in need of work has on its price. I'm a DIY guy. I do the majority of my own work. So a car that has a need for a timing belt, or a car that has a need for tires, or a car that has a need for rotors and pads, I would generally do for myself. But I was kind of curious what leverage that has from a negotiation standpoint.
What do you think, Pops?
Well, obviously, if you tell them, hey, we did a pre-purchase inspection, we found this, that, the other thing. What can you do on the price? I'll take care of this stuff myself. I know it should run X, and come up with whatever X is for you, and see if they'll bite on that.
Okay. So I don't typically go through the pre-purchase inspection process. I basically do my own pre-purchase inspection process. Maybe they don't put much merit in my own assessments.
Well, they obviously they would put more merit in an independent mechanics inspection than yours. But if you see things that you think are obviously wrong, and like I said, tell them you'll do the stuff yourself. This is what you're thinking it's going to cost you, so I need you to reduce the price by X, and hopefully that would be acceptable.
And Jeffrey, I hate to interject. We've got my sister, my dad's daughter in the chat. We also have Ari Janessian from Boston Automotive Consulting Group on the chat. So it's just like there's a lot going on behind the scenes, Jeffrey. This is incredible.
Oh my God.
I've watched Ari's videos as well, I believe.
Yeah.
No, Ari's wonderful, and so's my daughter Dara.
Yeah.
So specifically, if you see a vehicle that has 120,000 miles on it that's due for a timing belt, and it would typically be $1,100 job for a timing belt job, is that $1,100 off of the rough price? Is that $1,100 off their asking price? What is that $1,100 off of?
You could try off of the rough price, but you have to realize that in today's market, there's a shortage of cars, even older cars, even rough cars, so that the rough price might be the rough price, but you're going to have to ask for it off of their price, because that's the negotiating point, is off of their price.
Okay.
Thank
you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
You, Jeffrey.
So Dara, my sister, my dad's daughter, that's how that works when you're actually related.
Our members know how that works.
Yes, our members know how that works. Thanks for being here. Ari, thank you for being here. And open the phone lines back up. We'll take the next call that comes through. Really appreciate everyone that's a part of these live streams. It's a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Oh, hello, gentlemen. This is actually Doug from Texas, calling back from live show 2.0. Where I was the one that called and broke the live stream, so I apologize.
Well, it wasn't your fault, trust me.
Good to hear from you, Doug. What can we do for you?
Hey, I just wanted to say thanks, because I feel like we didn't get to finish the talk the first time, so I just wanted to give a call back and thank you all for all the help you all gave to me and are giving to everybody else. I ended up buying a Lexus 2021 RX, about a week and a half ago.
Congrats.
With a lot of your all's help. And so just want to call in, say thanks. And I would say to the guy in Alabama that called a few times ago, there's lots of people that will go check out the cars for about $100, $115 here in the Houston area. They was looking at the Lexus. I believe
for
2016.
His
So
mom.
anyway, and just a little bit about the car deal, a little bit of the details. I was looking at the GX and the RX. Ended up going with the RX. Got about 13% off MSRP.
Good for you.
In this market, that's awesome. On a Lexus that retains its value really well, that's great.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, that's what I'm very happy about it. A little bit. They had to go get it from Austin instead of Houston, which is a little annoying. But I didn't feel like fighting them over the transport fee, because they actually did flatbed it over to Houston. But just want to call in and tell you all, great job, keep the good work, and I appreciate you all doing a lot, especially the father-son angle.
Well, it's best Craigslist ad I've ever posted. Do me a small favor. Tell the folks, what website do they go to, and let's see if you do the www or not for getting more help.
Me? Your Auto Advocate? What are you talking about?
YourAutoAdvocate.com. Like, try.
Okay. I thought you meant the website for the guy in Alabama.
No.
I don't know.
He's fine. He'll figure it out.
Yeah. YourAutoAdvocate.com. The only small thing is
Please.
it told me the negotiability score was next to nothing. It said it was 10 out of 100. But yeah, Ray said he'd take care of it. So he said y'all working on the algorithm in the back end. So
we're trying.
Hey, well, thanks so much for calling and thanks for being a part of what we're doing. And thanks
Thanks,
for the second call.
Have a great night.
Hey, you too.
Twin Peaks Guardians, Pops. You guys are amazing.
Yes, thank you.
Very thoughtful.
Yes.
Just leased a new Hyundai Ioniq using your tips and tricks. Got $6,250 off MSRP. Thank you both.
I like that.
I like the way that sounds.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
How you feeling, Pops?
You know, I'm
You're getting there.
Yeah, I'm slowing down.
You're fading.
I'm fading. I think it has to do from the shot.
Last call of the stream. Hey, you're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where you from? What can we do for you?
Hey, this is Alan from Madison, Wisconsin. Long-time listener, second-time caller.
Yes! Now, isn't Madison the home of the University of Wisconsin?
That is correct, yes.
Well,
the Wisconsin Badgers.
Yes, go Badgers.
Yes.
What can we do for you, Alan?
Yeah, so I just wanted to call and give you guys an update on the Honda Fit Sport that I am trying to get.
Yes,
and I got a call on Monday. And so I got a call on Monday telling me that I'm approved for financing, along with the F&I manager mentioned that can include an extended warranty as well.
Okay.
So
How
I just
thoughtful of them.
Yes.
Very thoughtful. Yes, I agree. And I also just wanted to give a shout out to Kimberly, who I had a 15-minute consult with that turned into 30 minutes. But it was a really great and thorough conversation that I had with her about all the ins and outs that I'm gonna be when I go into the F&I office on Saturday for that.
And Alan, I just pulled up on the screen share. Just you have the self quote, so know that you have leverage. And also, I'm sure Kimberly told you this. They're going to try their best on the extended service contract, the extended warranty, to sell it to you. Then you can always say no. It's a beautiful 2-letter word.
Yes.
So you've got the front end of the car deal that you've obviously done a great job on. Now on the back end, don't get tired and worn down. I'm so glad. Having Kimberly on the team's great, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
we're very. Truth be told, there's 4 faces that people get to see: yours, mine, Kimberly's, and Yanni's. And I would say the only real weakness on the team would be me.
No. I think mine is the weak point.
All right, Alan is the weakest link of Your Auto. Okay, Alan.
Yeah.
But my point is that everyone on the team really subscribes to the theory that people are better off knowing what's about to transpire and being prepared for it than not. And so we're all in this together, which is to try and make it more fair and more efficient when it comes to buying cars.
So, Alan, you got to call into the next live stream, whether it's Saturday or next week, and you got to let us know ultimately what happens here. But to know that we were able to help, that Kimberly was able to help, that YAA was able to help, this is good. You're going to get a good deal, a fair deal, and that's rewarding.
Yes.
Yes. So Ray, I didn't catch you, but when you said it, but I replayed the live stream that you love Wisconsin. Where have you been at Wisconsin that makes you love our state?
Great question, Alan.
I love cheese, and you
have plenty of that, I heard.
Yeah. And there's just something about all you cheeseheads up there that what's not to love?
I don't think my dad's ever been to Wisconsin, Alan. That's always a great question.
I've never been to Wisconsin. But that doesn't mean I couldn't get there someday.
That's right. Well, I mean, we have plenty of Packer fans visit the Arizona Cardinals whenever they come into town, or there's plenty of Packer fans in Arizona. So
It was. I'll tell you what. Going to Cardinals games when they played the Green Bay Packers, it was for those of us who were Cardinals fans, it was like going to an away game.
Absolutely. Hey, well, thanks for calling in, Alan. Thanks for being a part of the Your Auto Advocate community, and let us know how it happens, how it wraps up, okay?
You too.
Take care now. Good night.
Okay, Pops.
No more phone calls. I'm pooping out.
You're good. We're going to wrap up the night. Back at yourautoadvocate.com.
Yeah.
Membership. We got the Black Book in there now. Get excited for what's coming next. We're working on some desking your own deal type stuff.
Desking your own deal
enhancements to the email templates.
Enhancements?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Anyway.
Did somebody write one how to get an invoice when they don't want to give you the invoice?
My dad wrote recently another email template that'll be going in. Now that we know Ari's visited the stream, we'll make sure that we can, I'll try my best to rope him into calling in next week or whenever.
We would really like to do something collaboratively.
Absolutely, yeah. We've been,
yeah.
We're not trying to be siloed here at all. We want everyone to be involved. So anyway, another live stream in the books. Yourautoadvocate.com. Ray Shefska stamp of approval.
And then we do this again tomorrow night for members.
Tomorrow night's members only. So if you're a Your Auto Advocate member, you're working a car deal, you'll get the email invite tomorrow morning. That'll be the members only live stream. Look forward to that. And yeah, hopefully you can rest up, feel good, and we'll be A-okay.
Yeah, the shot is taking its toll, but in the long run, it'll be worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining in. If you know someone who's going through the car buying process, please share. It's the way that we grow. It's really awesome. It's been incredible, and we're nothing without everyone that's on me. So thank you.
Well, here, let me help. We're just nothing. Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Good night now. And